Hey everyone, my name is Deidra Mangus and I am a 12-star diamond 4-time elite coach. And today I get to talk to you guys about telling your story, sharing your story, and how that is going to help you be very successful in your business. So when I say that we're here to share our story, I hear so many people say that they're afraid to be a coach because they don't want to be salesy. They don't want to have to sell anything. And so here's my thing. And I've had another coach on my team tell me this, so I go by it. But the thing is, guys, we're not here to sell something unless we're here to sell health and happiness. We are not selling products because the products, they sell themselves. We have Beachbody and corporate pay so much money every year to promote our products, to be on the TV, to be on internet, to be in newspaper. Wherever you go, you can pretty much hear them, including in the elevator. So our job is not only to sell health and happiness, but it's to sell ourselves. And when you can share your story, that's how you're gonna sell yourself. So when you're relatable, people are going to follow you. And sometimes it's going to take getting uncomfortable and stepping out of your comfort zone. I hear a lot of people say that they're introverts. I am not an introvert, but it was scary for me to start sharing my story. But even as an introvert or an extrovert, whatever you may be, you have to get uncomfortable and share the things that are pretty and maybe not so pretty in order for you to be relatable. So I'm going to start with, how I started my own journey. It was after I had my second baby is when I started getting into coaching, but I was just halfway to my fitness goals with Beachbody when I joined as a coach. And I joined as a coach because I knew that sharing my story was something that would help other people. I am a nurse by trade. I am an ER nurse by trade, not currently working as an ER nurse, but I was working as a nurse when I started Beachbody. And when I started sharing my journey, I was sharing my workouts, I was sharing that I was eating healthy, and the busyness of being a mom. And as I started sharing that with social media, with Facebook, and it was only really for my friends and family to see because that's the only people that I had on my Facebook page, it started allowing other people to see what I was doing, and it ended up having I had people come to me and they started asking questions like, tell me more about that workout that you're talking about, that you're posting about. I saw that you did a video. What video are you doing? So it opened up so much conversation as I was able to post about my workouts and post about healthy eating. Now, I also posted a lot about Shakeology, and I will say, when you start coaching now is a lot different than when you started coaching 5 years ago, which is when I started, because it was easy just to throw a bag of Shakeology on a picture or hold up your DVD and say, this is the workout that I just did. It was so much easier to do it that way and people would interact with that. Now, if you do that, you're not going to catch people's eye. It's going to look like you are a salesperson and like a lot of other Beachbody coaches out there that are just trying to sell something. But when you can incorporate your story and your journey into it and talk about a little bit of your struggles and how you struggled through your workout, how you had to modify, how you're struggling with a certain way of eating, when you can talk about that on social media and you could be that vulnerable, people are going to be like, secretly, I feel the same exact way too. And there are a lot of people that are going to connect with that. So when I say talking about your struggles, I know that's like even more scary to talk about rather than talk about your story altogether. But when you can talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, not that you want to put all of your crap out there on social media, but when you can talk about your struggles along with the things that are going great in your life, again, it's going to reach many people emotionally. So this isn't about you trying to be perfect, because perfect is not real and perfect is also not relatable. So if you're trying to reach those perfect people by only posting the perfect things going on in your lives, that's fine. But you're not going to grow a team that way. That's not how this works. It's going to be very hard to find those people that can relate to you not having anything wrong in your life. But when you can talk about not just your fitness and nutrition, guys, like when you can talk about things that are real going on in your life, that's where that vulnerability is really going to come out and show if you're able to do it. So for instance, when there's people that struggle, a lot of people that struggle with anxiety, with depression. For me, it was me having to talk about going through a divorce. And that was like my pride that I didn't want to get rid of. Because I'm like over here in the top 100 of the company for 3 years, my first 3 years of my business. And it was like, I didn't want to show people that a top coach is going through something like this. My thoughts were, people are going to think it's because I'm a Beachbody coach. And, you know, I had all these inside things eating at me saying, Deidra, don't post about that, because then you're going to lose people. Who's going to want to go to someone who can't hold a marriage or a relationship, and they want to have a friendship with me? Like, there were so many things going through my head. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm not real and I'm not being honest with people, then I'm not having a real relationship with these people. And if I just step out and be honest with who I am, then I'm going to attract the people that need to be attracted to me. And for those who don't like what's going on in my life, they don't have to be my friend. And that's what's really cool about this business, is you don't have to attract everyone to you. You're not going to attract everyone to you. Not everyone is going to connect with you. Not everyone is going to relate to you. And that is okay. It is completely okay, but you're going to attract the people who are meant to be in your life for that season and for that reason. So for me, going and talking about a divorce was huge, and it was scary, and I was struggling in my own ways. I was struggling. I had to move and pick up my kids, and it was hard. It was even hard in my business. So for me to open up and talk about that was hard. But I can't even tell you the new connections and relationships I made by getting over myself and my pride and just talking about it. I have made so many new friendships, and I know that if I would not have stepped out of my comfort zone and shared that, I wouldn't be where I am in this business, but I also wouldn't have the new friendships that I have now. And I'm going to say this right now. If you're here just to earn Success Club points, that's fine, but you're not going to have real friendships. And for me, like, I love helping people. I am a nurse. That's what nurses do. They have to love to help people. And for me, it's more than just, you know, being a Beachbody coach and signing up people. But what's really cool that I got from this is that even though I've talked to a lot of these people, not all of those people have signed up with me yet. I'm still building relationships with people. And those people are my friends, but they're not on my team. And they're not even not all are my challengers. But I feel that God is placing people in my life for a reason, and God is placing myself in people's lives for a reason. So, you know, it's your choice to think about it how you want. But it is really cool what this business can actually do for you by sharing your story. So, of course, I know I mentioned Success Club, and our goal is to help people, is to get people in our challenge groups, and is to grow a team. So yes, Success Club is the benchmark. That's non-negotiable. You should be hitting Success Club minimum 5 every single month. If you are here to really build and grow and build a part-time income or full-time income, Success Club 10 should be non-negotiable, because not everyone is going to stick with it, and you need to maintain plus do more than what you're doing every single month in order to really get that income, that long-term income going. So if you want to build this business, you have to talk to more people. It is a numbers game. But what's really cool, there's a lot of cool things about this business, but what is really cool about this is if you want to hit Success Club, then you're going to have to talk to people, okay? So say you need to invite 100 people. And I hate inviting personally. I don't like it. I do not cold invite. I build the relationship first. I make the connection, and then I invite. That's a lot of talking to people. But if you are sharing your story and telling your story, sharing what you're doing, sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, what's going on in your life, if you can do that, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna have to invite as many people. And I hope that there are other leaders that don't get upset with me saying this, but it's true. So you may have to invite 100 people in order to get Success Club 5, okay? It's the truth. So if you are sharing your story and you have good quality content, 2 to 3 posts a day of good quality content, and you are sharing who you are as a person, you may only have to invite 50 people and you'll be at Success Club 15 or 20. That is how I have grown my business, is by sharing what I've done from the very beginning. And then it allows me to not have to invite as many people, because I already have a ton of conversations going on, because I'm interacting with the people who are messaging me and asking me questions about my journey. So you got to share your journey. You got to share your fitness journey and your Beachbody journey, of course, but share your personal journey as well. I always say it's kind of like a reality show. I know we don't always like to put ourselves out there on social media, and it's scary, and we don't want our kids everywhere because who knows who's watching us. But when you are vulnerable and you are sharing outside of Beachbody too, that is where the connection is made. So it's one of the other things that I say is you do Beachbody. it's our career, but it's not who we are. It's what we do. It's not who we are. It's what we do. So you need to prove that to people by, instead of just throwing up a picture of Shakeology without a recipe or saying what it even is, or throwing up a picture of a DVD. Do you guys even use DVDs? I use Beachbody On Demand. But instead of you just throwing up I am Beachbody or a random picture from the Beachbody website that anyone can get from anywhere. Hey, okay, can you hold on, because I'm almost done, okay? Hey, 1 minute, I'm almost done, okay? You can go play with your tablet for a minute, okay? That'll get them away. So instead of sharing just your pictures and stock photos and all of that anyone can get from a website or from anyone else, share a workout video of you. Whether you're struggling or not, don't even make it perfect. You can put that you fall over and that you're modifying. Instead of throwing up just your Shakeology or your Energize, in that case, don't talk about you drinking your Shakeology. Anyone can go look at anyone's Facebook page and say they're drinking Shakeology, but talk about your superfood shake. Talk about the natural ingredients. Talk about how you're fueling your body. And that is part of curiosity marketing, which someone else is going to talk about at another time. So I'm not going to go too much in depth. But when you can share what it's doing for you, when you share a picture of you and put a quote in the post instead of all over your picture, instead of doing collages, go to iMovie and make a video of your workout so it flows really nice. And talk about how this lifestyle is changing you. Talk about how it's changing your family, because I guarantee you it's going to relate to another mom or whatever you are, whoever you're trying to connect to, it's going to relate to them. For me, I talk about being a new mom. I started my journey as I had my second child, and then I went through the divorce and I was sharing that journey, and then I got remarried, and now I'm a military wife, and it's like totally different. And then I just had a baby and now I'm in my postpartum journey. But like, I've shared every part of my story, and every part of my story has related to somebody new, and it has allowed me to connect with all of those people. So it's not just posting those pictures, it's sharing exactly what's going on in your life. And that's how you're going to build your business and relate to people and build those connections. And lastly, just so you know, you are unique in your own way. So I personally feel that God has blessed us with our own uniqueness, and we are different from everyone else for a reason. And it would be a complete disservice to God or whoever you believe in to try to be somebody else. If you are trying to be somebody else and you go and look at a coach's page and you copy and paste what they're doing, or you look at their photo and you're like, I want to do exactly what she's doing. So you go mimic the picture and share that story. It is not going to work as well as it did with a person who is actually sharing their story. It may work for a little bit, but it's not going to work very long because people are going to see through that. And when people will get to know you, they're going to know that that's not you. So be okay being who you are. Be okay the way God made you, because you were made a certain way for a reason. So let it shine and know that your journey and your current situation that you're in is actually special, even though you may not think it. And when you can step out of your comfort zone and be vulnerable, you're going to change so many lives. You're going to help so many people, even though you have no idea that you're even helping them. But as you continue being consistent and sharing your journey, those people are going to come to you. They're going to thank you, and they're going to want to be a part of what you are doing. So I hope this helps. I hope that you guys are going to learn so much from this group. And if you have any questions, just post below or send me a message. All right, guys. See ya.